It's a morning calm. And today what we're looking at is three simple challenges, and it's based on this line we've been looking at again. When our faith is feeling just like a shell, how do we get back to the heart of it? It's this beautiful Bible story of Abraham wanting to have an heir, and that's this ancient Bible story that reads at a surface level. An ancient patriarch wants to have an heir, wants to have his line go on, and it's speaking in a deeper sense about our lives of faith, where we want to have something generative, we want to have something that goes forward, and sometimes it can feel like we don't. Sometimes it can feel like it's just a shell, and there's so many beautiful parts of theology that are at play here in terms of coming back to what actually matters. And they come down, largely to this. This is just kind of, New Church Theology 101. Depth consists in love for the Lord and charity for one's neighbor. So the more love and charity angels have, the more they are the Lord's children or heirs, because the more they have of His life. It's a pretty simple idea, and it's this concept that if we really want to have life, we give life. I'm blessed to do a college chapel every day. Excuse me, every Friday. I'm going to be doing that in a few short hours. And it's always, real faith always has this outward looking component to it. It's always looking outward. It's always looking to other people, which is why yesterday, we looked at inspiration versus dominance. It's how heaven leads is based on inspiration, not based on dominance at all. And it's angels are constantly trying to inspire, and we should do the same. Should constantly try to be inspiring each other in different ways. And there's ways that we all can do that very, very uniquely. And it was interesting this morning, thinking about what I wanted to talk on, and listening to a podcast, and it had on the U.S. Surgeon General. And he was talking about the pitfalls of social media. And the pitfalls of social media, I think one way to just understand it is social media is all what comes in. It's all about me and how do I create my life to appear to other people. And there's very little in the way of outward looking curiosity about the world, curiosity about others. And it was interesting. He echoed the exact wording that someone had used on sermon writing team around social media and challenges just yesterday in a meeting. And that's that social media is based on conflict, anxiety, and fear. So the more that gets stoked, the more conflict that gets stoked, the more anxiety that gets stoked, the more fear that gets stoked, the more clicks you get, the more revenue you get. It's a bad model, and it's not blaming big bad business people for that. This is us. We're clicking. Excuse me, I'm gonna swear a little bit. Mom, I won't swear. I'm sorry. We're clicking on that sh blank space t. There you go. That's what I want to say. We're clicking on it. So we're clicking on it. So we're feeding it. So more and more of it happens. If we click on other things with algorithms, more and more of those things would happen. But because we click on things that have to do with conflict, with anxiety, and with fear, of course, we'll see more and more of that. So it will appear that the world is more and more conflicted, more and more anxious, more and more fearful, which then actually makes the world more conflicted, more anxious, more fearful. It's a crazy, crazy loop. And that's where, again, we have to come back to this idea of inspiration we talked about yesterday, this idea of curiosity, this idea of like, no, we have to flip the lens outward so that we're looking at other people. And again, please don't think that fear is looking at other people. Fear is not. Like, fear is about us. And you want to talk to somebody who's really afraid of something, they're probably pretty shut down, and they're probably living a pretty isolated life. That's just what we do as human beings. So what he said was he's going across college campuses, and he's I heard him do a little talk at Duke, and he said we're offering a 5 for 5 challenge. What are 5 things you can do over 5 days that will make a difference in the world and kind of shift this world away from conflict, anxiety, and fear. And I'm going to make it a 3-day challenge, a 3 for 3, because we're here Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So here's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday challenge for you. And it's very simple. He said there's 3 things we can all do. We can all express gratitude. We can all ask for support, and we can all offer help. So it's gratitude, support, and help. Gratitude, support, and help. Where can I express gratitude? Where can I get support from other people? And where can I offer help for others? And all these things really are outward looking. And trying to think of, all right, over the next 3 days, how do I pick one of those a day? And you could, I mean, I think you could just repeat them. I mean, there's no big rules here, but just think, oh yeah, so how over the next 3 days, who's somebody I could text just with a simple gratitude? Just that simple, super quick. I already did mine this morning, by the way, which was super fun to do. Got a text right back. Very nice. And then the second one is, where can you seek support? Like, where's there something, a question you can ask someone that would be supportive of something you're trying to do? And it doesn't always have to be like, man, I'm going through a hard time in my life. How do you support me? I mean, it could be, something as simple as like, well, we're thinking about getting a house. What neighborhood would you think would be great? Because it's always looking outward in this curious way and asking for support. People love to be asked that for themselves, and it's amazing to me when you ask for support how people will give it. 9 times out of 10, people are all too willing to, really, really offer that. And then the last one, where can you offer help to someone? And this doesn't have to be a big thing. This could be someone, a friend who lost someone, over the last year, and you just want to send a little note. Hey, thinking about you this morning. Ted was on my mind. I'm thinking about you. Hope life is good. Would love to hear how you're doing. That's simple. So there you go. It's all of maybe it would take you a minute and a half over the next 3 days to complete this challenge, maybe, but I guarantee there's a lot more good than a minute and a half worth of good that comes out when we do those things. So think of the 3 for 3 challenge and think of it within this context of like the two great commandments: love God, love the person right in front of you. It's kind of flipping those things out, because that's what the love of God always looks like. That's the top love in the world is loving God. And the love of God is always expressed, like, think of it like the love of God. It's always expressed that way. The love of God. Loving God is expressing the love of God, which is this incredible force in the universe. I mean, God is love. There you go. So we express it, we move it outward into the world, and then we see where that lands. And it will land in very good places. So there's your challenge, folks. 3 for 3. Gratitude, support, help. Try to do each one of those at least once over the next 3 days and see what happens. All right. So now we're going to switch gears and we're going to quiet our minds, quiet our souls, and just have more of a contemplative moment. And the way this contemplative moment will work is I will ring a prayer bell. You listen to the prayer bell to clear your mind. Then we do a little meditation, little prayer, little blessing. And then we wrap up saying hello to folks on social media. So with that, my dear friends, let's get a little breath. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still and. Be still. Be. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you, bring you peace, and bring you home. Amen. All right, dear friends. So what we're going to do now is give a little cheery hello to folks. And again, I hope you all have a great, wonderful weekend ahead of you. take a little look here. A couple of comments. All right. Gabriella, good to see you joining us this morning. And Frank, good morning to you too, my friend. Hope you folks have a wonderful weekend ahead of you. And let me flip onto this page here. There we go. Got a bunch of comments on here. Okay, so let's give a cheery hello. Linda, good morning to you, my friend. Rita, good morning to you. Always great to see you joining us, Rita. Marcus, good morning to you, buddy. Linda writes, as our friend says, sugar, honey, iced tea. Very nice. Jean writes, good morning, challenge accepted. And Jean, it's a really fun challenge. It was yeah, just always kind of fun, like out of the blue, sending someone a note of gratitude because they always seem to respond. It's awfully beautiful. Tina, great advice. Thank you. Chuck, have a good weekend. Same to you. Sherry, good morning. Have a wonderful weekend. Same to you. And Bill, Sherry down there in Tennessee. And Shannon, great to always see you joining us, Shannon. Hope you're doing well, my dear friend. Good morning. Love that. And I pass it along, Shannon. So, folks, wishing you all the very best. God bless. Have a wonderful day. And we will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.